Hi Saints, I'm Alana.
Saints, welcome to SFHS Today. I'm Tessa. Welcome back to another week of SFHS Today.
Hey Saints, welcome to SFHS Today. I'm Jeremy Jansen.
And I'm John Berkmus. Hope you all enjoyed Spirit Week.
Today is a long flex with Snow Week coronation and a pet fest. Snow Week King and Queen will be crowned and students have been voting all week to see which staff member is going to have to kiss a pig.
Wednesday night, Student Council hosted a talent show for Snow Week, and Max Green's band Downstairs Attic took home first place for the second year in a row. Connor Olson came in second place. He was the winner 2 years ago. And the band Rant rounded out the prize winners in third place.
In other news, Mr. McLean has been chosen for the Teacher of the Year Award by the Minnesota Council for the Social Studies Board.
He will be honored on Sunday, February 22nd at the Earl Brown Heritage Center in Brooklyn Center. Mackey spoke with Bo Stevens, who recommended McLean for the award.
He received this award. First of all, he was nominated by Mr. Gearing, who formerly was at the high school and now is at our middle school. And Mr. Gearing wrote a very nice nominating letter. And once that happened, they contacted Mr. McLean and told him he'd been nominated and that he needed to submit credentials about his teaching experience, and he also needed some letters of recommendation. And Mr. McLean asked me to write a letter on his behalf, which of course I was honored to do.
I don't believe it makes me the best teacher, top teacher, or anything else. What it means is I've been doing this an awfully long time, and and if you hang around long enough, good stuff sometimes falls on your head. It's going to be a wonderful memory. Because, by any calculation, I'm kind of in the last years of it. I've had thousands of kids, and I've, worked with hundreds of fantastic teachers.
In my letter, I mentioned many things that our students are familiar with, how much Mr. McLean loves teaching social studies, that he's out in the hall trying to recruit students for free lessons. But I mentioned other things, how I don't think a day goes by that Mr. McLean isn't contacted by a former student asking for his advice on a college paper or a job interview. Mr. McLean is in touch with so many former students because they want to be in touch with him. I also mentioned how Mr. McLean has encouraged younger teachers to pursue more social studies education. I know Mr. Gearing is pursuing his master's degree in history because of encouragement from Mr. McLean. And I also mentioned how Mr. McLean has continued to improve his own knowledge of social studies. He is a student himself all the time.
He's a great guy. He's fun to be around, and he knows so much, so it's great to learn from.
I think this is a tremendous award. Not just for Mr. McLean, but for St. Francis. We have a lot of great teachers here, and to have Mr. McLean receive such a high award really brings credit on our school and I think ultimately on our students.
I love McLean. He's such a great teacher, and he's just made history really fun.
Last week, Jose competed at the midwinter competition and St. Francis did extremely well. The majority of the competitions were written exams with nearly 300 students competing. St. got more information about the competition.
There are over 50 events to compete in. So last year at state I did 11, but at this last midwinter competition I only was able to do 2 because I had to do other state officer duties. So I did dental terminology, which is just a 100 question test asking about different dental terms, and then I did Hosable, which is a team of 4 people, which is similar to Knowledgeable. They just ask you questions about health topics. I'm the state vice president, so we just make sure that everyone has all the materials they need, and we do a lot at the state competition.
The Knowledge Bowl team has also been doing well and hosted a huge Rumble on the Rum tournament last Saturday with 91 teams attending from 20 different high schools. Buffalo took first place on the top St. Francis team, placing 9th, with 3 other Saints teams finishing in the top 25. The Saints team of Ryan Carter, Courtney Fallon, Laura Morgan, and Eric Sturdivant won the Special Science Trophy.
Hey John, I hear the One Act cast is going all conference this Saturday, and you're in the cast.
Yes, we'll be performing at St. Michael Albertville at 2 p.m. Next week, we have a performance for English classes during the school day on Thursday, a public performance at 7 p.m. on Friday, and our first subsection competition on Saturday at 11 at Cambridge.
The play deals with the serious issue of addiction, and the Friday public show is co-sponsored by the St. Francis Community Drug Awareness Group. There will be a public panel discussion with chemical counselor Eve Caldwell following the show. We'll have more on this next week.
On February 6th, ISD 15 American Indian Education Program is offering students, staff, and community the chance to experience the Minnesota Swarm lacrosse game.
Tickets are only $16 thanks to donations. Here's Hannah with Carly Sargent with more details.
February 6th, the American Indian Education Program is hosting an event to take people down to see the Minnesota Swarm, and it's a lacrosse professional team. And lacrosse is originated from our indigenous people. Once a year they do, it's called a Native American Heritage Night, and they celebrate the heritage of the lacrosse game, and it's going to be an awesome event. And
finally, on Monday, January 26th at 7 p.m., all 3 show choirs will be performing their shows in order to get ready for the competition. Everyone is welcome to attend the free preview night performance.
Stay tuned for sports, weather, and random question thing. This book sucks.
Are you gonna buy a yearbook this year?
I ain't buying no yearbook.
Attention students, the annual yearbook sale will now commence.
It's the random question thing, ding.
Moses from the 10 Commandments. Charlton Heston.
I'll do Johnny Blaze because stunt rider and ghost rider. It'd be kind of fun to have your school on fire.
It'd probably be Jack Black, movie Nacho Libre. He's a pretty good wrestler.
It would be Michelangelo, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, because he's got skills and agile and mobile and he's hostile.
Gandalf from Lord of the Rings because he's the masters of all masters.
Goku from Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods.
I would be Gary from SpongeBob.
Squidward.
Pearl. Plankton.
Hannah Montana.
And Lily?
I would like to be Bo Blansky off SFHS Today because he's a thug.
I would be Superwoman.
I would be Batman.
I'll be Lucas Falls from SFHS Today because he's charming and good looking. The guy who yells, "My leg!" in SpongeBob.
Hi Saints, I'm Alana. And I'm Brittany. Welcome to sports. First off, we have a correction to make from last week's show concerning the boys' basketball game against Andover. The boys beat Andover 93-78. Since we are on the topic of boys basketball, they had a game Friday at Chisago Lakes and won 78-59. On Monday, they also had an away game against Duluth East, winning 60-53. Tonight, they will be playing at Princeton. Girls basketball had a game Friday at Chisago and won 78-59. They also had a game Saturday against Matamidi and lost 64-55. Tonight, they have a home game at 7 against Princeton, and tomorrow they are away at Moorhead. On January 31st, the Youth Basketball Association, SFHS Basketball Coaches, and Activities Department will be sponsoring the annual Coaches for Community event in conjunction with the Alumni Tournament and Youth Night. This year, they are raising awareness and supporting the fight against ALS, commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease. The recipient for this year's Coaches for Community is Todd Perry and his family. Todd was diagnosed with ALS in August.
Next Saturday night, we have our alumni basketball weekend, our youth night, and also our Coaches for Community event. This year's family that is the recipient of any monies raised that we make is the Todd Perry family. Todd was diagnosed with ALS, that's Lou Gehrig's disease. And so we're trying to raise some awareness and support for his family as they go through the fight with this disease.
On Saturday morning, we have an alumni tournament where a lot of our alumni will come back and play at a tournament starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. In the evening, for our varsity basketball game, we have a Coaches versus Community event.
So we will have things like baskets, raffles out in our commons. We're going to have some 50-50 raffles. They'll be selling some t-shirts in support of the Perry family. They have 2 girls that play in our youth basketball program.
We may also have a surprise for fans that show up with our jerseys in the boys basketball game, so we hope that you show up and look forward to that.
And we also have a girls varsity game at 5:45 and a boys varsity game at 7:15 against North Branch, so they're both common opponents, and hopefully it's a real great community event and a real fun night, and we'll raise some awareness for ALS and also help support a family from our community.
Last Thursday, the wrestling team was at Princeton for a meet and won 45-27. Friday, they had a home meet against STMA and lost. Saturday, they wrestled at an invitational in Champlain Park, winning 58-0, 62-7, and 45-18. Yesterday, they had a home meet against Cambridge. Tomorrow, the dance team will travel to Blaine for an invitational at 10 a.m. The gymnastics team had a meet Friday at home against Chisago and won. Yesterday, they had a meet at Princeton, and tomorrow they will be at an invite in Cambridge. Skating over to the ice now, girls hockey had a home game Friday against Princeton and fell 10-2. Tuesday, they also had a game at home against North Wright County and lost 3-1. Tomorrow, they will have a home game against Rogers at 7. In boys hockey, they had a game last Thursday against STMA falling 8-2. Saturday, they also had a game against Monticello with a 5-0 loss. Yesterday, they had a game against North Branch, and tomorrow they have a game at Princeton. Talking about the Monticello game, Travis White of the JV team had a hat trick and was selected as our Rookie of the Week.
Travis has been progressing very well this year. He works really hard. He's improved a lot. Our last game on JV, Travis was able to score a hat trick in the game, and we dressed him for varsity, and he got his first varsity playing time that night as well. And it was more so due to him just being in good position and working hard in the game, and that's kind of how he got his hat trick. The varsity game, he did well. We played him in the third period, and he did well in the defensive zone and moved the puck, so it was really exactly what we were looking for position-wise.
I've been playing hockey for about 7 years. This is my first year playing JV with the high school team. Felt pretty good to get a hat trick. Playing varsity was pretty fun. It was a new experience. Thought it was fun.
Bungus has improved over the years. He's
gotten a lot stronger on his feet, and he's really smart with the puck.
That's all we have for you this week, Saints.